with a deep sense of gratification and a feeling of sorrow to support this bill stop. The observations of my honorable friend are such as if something traffic is taking place today stop. I would appeal to him to assess this amendment bill with a certain measures of objectivity and without any preconception or prejudice stop. As I said in the first reading of the bill stop, I do not find anything shattering in the bill as some people are attempting to make it out stop. Sir, the year 1991 according to me is a watershed and a major milestone in the long march of the nation to transform the destinies of this country by sharpening and reforming the constitution stop. 35 years ago we enacted the first constitution amendment stop. First look at the provisions of that amendment stop. With one stroke we put restraint on the freedom of speech and we provided for the state monopoly over the private enterprise stop. Article 31A dealt a blow on the zamindari system. Paragraph change. The most sweeping of all was the introduction of the ninth schedule concept whereby any law which is put in the ninth schedule would just sweep out the entire fundamental rights stop. We have now put in the ninth schedule about 8 act paragraph change. We introduced certain amendments even with respect to the House of the People stop. I am saying that even in the first year when the Constituent Assembly was sitting as Parliament stop, it introduced amendments abridging the fundamental rights stop, sweeping away the fundamental rights, and the conclusion of laws in the ninth schedule was the most revolutionary thing stop. Therefore, in the course of the 25 years which ended with the beginning of this Parliament, a large number of amendments have been taking place stop. The Constitution 4th Amendment Act practically ruled out the properly right stop. The Constitution Act introduced new provisions with respect of taxation and altered the first and second list stop. The Constitution Act brought about territorial adjustment in the country and the territorial pattern of the country was changed stop. The Constitution 15th Amendment and dealt with the judges and assumed power to decide questions relating to their age stop. That power was assumed by Parliament and then it was referred to the President stop. By the Constitution 7th Amendment Act, Article 21st A was amended and put in the 9th schedule. With these amendments to the Indian Constitution, paragraph change. Subsequently, during the course of the last 5.5 years, we have amended the Constitution 20 times stop. The previously privileges were abolished and banks were nationalized stop. Therefore, in the course of the last 35 years, 42nd Amendment Bill was brought in. Many amendments were brought in one after the other before the Constitution, touching every sphere of the Constitution that was framed in 1949 stop. If I may be permitted to say so. The constitution that we gave to ourselves in the year 1949 was far different from the constitution that we are now having. Stop. Major changes have been brought about. Nothing new, nothing shattering is taking place today because of the 42nd Amendment. In spite of that, there was never a national debate. For the first time, we had a national debate preceding the 42nd Amendment Act, a very long national debate, the details of which have already been explained in this house. Stop. Why did we have a national debate? Because we have now hung a certain on a particular period and we are starting on a new period. Paragraph change. The new amendments which we are bringing about have got certain significant changes. Stop. In the first place, the preamble comes out with a note that this nation stands committed to socialism and secularism. Stop. A note coming out of the changes of the preamble is the announcement that a determined new era is coming about, which there is no doubt. Stop. Another important change is the supremacy of the directive principles. Stop. Formerly, it was only with respect to some sub-clauses the directive principles is supreme, and the effort of the state legislatures and parliament should be in conformity with the directive principles, overriding every other consideration. If by putting an act in the 9th schedule it can override the entire 3rd chapter relating to fundamental rights, what is wrong in saying that a law, rather than being put in the 9th schedule, if it is in pursuance of the directive principle, should override 3 articles in the fundamental right chapter? I do not understand. Stop. A new branch of law, the administrative law, is bringing to develop in this country. Stop. We are now having a departure into administrative law. Stop. The dictum of administrative law as a negation of the rule of law has been thrown into the past. It was lost its relevance after the French developed administrative law. Stop. With these words, I conclude and hope that my suggestions shall be given some consideration. Full stop.